Greetings, everyone. I am here to show you a special treat. I'm going to take a look at the Resident Evil 2 preview disc. Now, I've already Let's Played the content on that disc, but it turns out that the Versus Books Resident Evil 2 strategy guide actually has Gameshark codes for the demo disc. And this is really cool because we get to see that the disc has more content than we may have given it credit for, and we can also see demo stuff that is different from the final product. Let me see if I have a way of entering codes. I do hope that I do, because I don't want to just start game, right? I want to enter codes. I went for select cheat codes earlier, and it did not appear to have what I was looking for. Unless I could just do new game, I guess. Exit and save. Goody. Alright, let's make our way over. I can't scroll in reverse, unfortunately. I can't go up to Z. I'll just have to deal with that. New code. Now we're talking. So this is where I can enter a whole bunch of codes to get items from the game, as well as spawn me at particular locations. That's what I'm interested in. So one thing I'm going to do is put in items that we wouldn't otherwise have seen. Although I should point out that there are things on this demo disc that are later in the game than the demo disc allows. For example, the Eagle Stone that you use on Quest B. It's just allowed in the demo disc, even though there's nowhere to use it. So what I'm going to try is, just to see what happens, I'm going to start off with something I think that is particularly interesting. Exit and save. That's a bunch of codes. No cheat name, I don't really care about that. Let's access that. One cheat code is on. Nifty. Now, will it allow me to apply this code when I start the game? I hope so. Let's see what happens. Moment of truth. I should spawn in a particular location with a particular item, and with the ability to walk through walls, if everything works the way it should. Well, the game's loading, so I like that part.
Resident Evil 2.
God, that takes me back. Now let's see what happens when I launch the game. Moment of truth? Huh? Huh? Do you remember that bizarre mystery? I'm gonna skip this. Yeah, actually, I think this worked. Too bad I can't tell where I am. Oh, wait a minute. I gotta activate walk through walls code. L2 and up. I hope that works. This is rather frustrating, but if I can show up, then it'll be worth it. Although, one thing I do want to do. This is the main thing that I wanted to show off. I can't read Japanese, but fortunately my guide tells me that this is called a Calico 950. And it also says, do not equip it because the game will crash. Look at that thing. That's the main thing I wanted to show you anyway. Even if I can't show up in the proper location, we have this, which is awesome. This is a gun that never made it into the game, and it is suspected that this may have been a weapon for Ada that never ended up being used. So this is a really good example of how we have these crazy things on the demo disc, even the American demo disc, that never made it in. The thing is, I don't want to equip certain things, in this case for obvious reasons, but even when I'm just playing the game and walking around and trying to... Yeah, I'm running, but I don't know where. like, I don't want to investigate too many things because I'll probably hard lock the game. But apparently, if I were playing the Biohazard 2 preview disc... Whoa. I changed screens. Apparently, if I'm playing the Biohazard 2 preview disc... Oh! Yeah! If I play the Biohazard 2 preview disc, then I apparently will not crash the game. I can just read stuff, even though I can't read Japanese. That's the glass breaking from Kendo's shop. And I think I might have... I think I might have crashed the game anyway. Yeah, that's the unfortunate thing. Even the guide says this entire... Oh, I can play? Oh, that just took forever. Okay. But according to the guide, this entire demo experience is look but don't touch. There we are. Let me see something. L1 up. Yeah, we're in. I mean, I left the room, so, like, it didn't load properly, but I'm in. So that's freaking awesome. So, yeah, look at that. We got the freaking Calico 950. This exotic weapon that has no business existing in the final game. I'm going to try to get some other items and appear in other locations. So this ought to be, I think this ought to be rather interesting. Well, here we are in the... Oh, that was easy. Here we are in the Crow hallway on the second floor. It looks somewhat similar to the final product. Oh, the crows are actually going to bother me. That's kind of frustrating, actually. But yeah, it mostly looks similar to the final product. But what I want to do is take a look at my inventory. You can't see it in the actual inventory screen, unfortunately. But let's see what we have. We have our custom Magnum, which I believe was in the final game, but the barrel is shorter. Unfortunately, I can't read Japanese, but if you can, then there's some stuff to work with. We have Part B. This was handgun parts. There was A and B, but if you actually look at it, the Japanese says C, which is a little silly. I didn't bother showing handgun parts A because it says A, but this was just a little, I don't know, typo? We have the lighter. You can see our lighter here. Get a load of this. Well, that ain't working. Hey, just kidding. That never happened. It's fine. I guess they're both the custom Magnum. What are you going to do? But this lighter looks a bit different, and it's in English. The initials LK are engraved on it. Interesting. Now, this is kind of cool because in the final game, it is not engraved with the initials LK. So, there. Oh, by the way, could this be the first instance of Leon Kennedy and not Leon S. Kennedy? Also Zippo, just a straight up brand name. Huh. Chemical A. This was kind of interesting. Apparently, in the original game, they were going to have the grenade launcher just have grenade rounds. Not acid rounds, not flare rounds or flame rounds. You were going to combine chemicals to produce superior rounds. So we have Chemical A. I don't know if I can read this. I cannot. But there you go. We have Chemical B. Similarly. And we have Chemical B again. Did I just double it up? Oh well. But in any case, if you combine chemicals A and B, then you are left with a recovery chemical. I don't quite know how that works, honestly. And I guess, like, one of them, like, chemicals A and B make acid and fire rounds, but combine them for recovery chemical? Oh, here it is. I don't know, that's baffling to me. I might have just doubled up. Oh well. But yeah, there's an interesting look at this set of items that never quite made it into the final product. Well, here's a fun one. This is what is apparently called the art room hallway. I don't know where I am. It's fine. I don't even know if I can move, even with the walk-through wall code. But at least I can open my inventory? Weird. Yeah, this is a strange one. Bolt handle. This just wasn't in the game at all. What's it for? I don't know. Here it is. That's cool. Here's a watch. The guide says that their best guess is that Ada might have had this before it's replaced by a photo, but I don't know for sure. I don't know what this says. Oh, right. This was the spark shot, which was in the game. The reason I bring this up is that apparently the Japanese says air taser, which does make sense, but that's not what it's finally called. Also, as you can see, this is just written in. There's no actual image for it yet. We have, this is an interesting one, the antidote spray. We still have it. It's called blue herbs, but I guess it's the difference between first aid spray and antidote spray. Green card key. I believe we had the red and blue key cards. The red opened up the weapon room, the blue, the first floor hallway doors. I think Marvin gives you the blue card. But here's a green card. And apparently it says that its purpose is to unlock a meeting room. And I'm sorry, does that say 1990X0401, like April Fools? I don't know, but this is gate system. Then we have the yellow card key. Just, I don't know. Those weren't in the game, so I don't know. And apparently my game just hard reset. That's fine. Alright. I'm sorry I looked up the yellow key card. It'll never happen again. Well, here we are in what is apparently a clock tower hallway. And I don't think I can move, but I can check inventory. We have lock bolt A. This is something I thought was rather fascinating. Why is this interesting? Well, lock bolt B. C. Bolt plug, which is probably supposed to be lock bolt D. These items were likely replaced by the chest plugs in the final game. Here we have a precinct key, and it just says L. I don't know. But it does say that these things might have been replaced by, like the card suit keys. And we have a couple precinct keys. Yeah, P. A steel key. The letter P is etched. Whoa, English. And now it says P key. An L key. That's cool. Oh, P again. Precinct key. S for strict. What? And I guess I got a couple of S keys going on here. But yeah, these were likely replaced by the card, club, spade, diamond, and heart things. So that's pretty cool all by itself. L, P, and S, I suppose. Why not? I don't think I can move, though, so I'm going to go ahead and reset.
Resident Evil 2.
Now, here's one last thing I'd like to show you. We'll turn on walk through walls, and I will run for about 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Turn left, run some more. There I am. Let's make it past these zombies because it's difficult to navigate these guys. Let's turn off walk through walls, and let's turn off the Gameshark. I have on me a valve handle and 2 red jewels. I plan to make use of them. This demo is kind of scary with this Gameshark manipulation because from what I've experienced, if I enter a room and then try to go back, there's a chance I might crash my game. I don't want that. But I want to show off something very quick. Not overly impressive by Resident Evil 2 standards, but quite impressive by preview disc standards. So, I'll make it past these guys. Give this guy a wide berth. I'll take an extra long circle around him. Up the stairs. See, my goal is to go into the art storage room and use the red jewels. To do that, I need to put out the fire on this helicopter. If I examine the helicopter, I will crash my game. So what I plan to do instead is use the valve handle, which is a little hard to find because it looks like a knife. It's fine. Now, according to the guide, this water looks a bit different from the final product, so that's kind of interesting. Okay, helicopter's out, which means that inside the precinct, I can make it past the burning wreckage because it is no longer burning. So, we go inside. Crow hallway. That sounds different. Maybe I'm confusing with Resident Evil 1 crow sounds, but that sounded weird. Anyway, in we go. Yeah, see, my first mistake was I tried entering this door, which took me to a save room, and I came back out to this hallway, and the screen went black, like to load, but then it just stayed there, and it sucked. So I'm going to run past this zombie. Get jumped by another one, it's fine. Everything is fine. Just as planned. Oh god, I think this was it. I think. Yeah, I think I'm in the right. Good. Yeah, this room looks a little more fleshed out than the gray wall with nothing, huh? Anyway, I go up to the statue, and you remember how this puzzle works. I think I use the jewels on either side. I'll get the glowy in a bit, if I need to. So, red jewel, let's use it. And red jewel, let's use it. Here's the crazy part. Number one, that's a little faster than I remember, but number two, they have that video on the preview disc? According to my Versus Books guide here, it says they just pretty much dumped the entire Resident Evil 2 project that they had made up to that point and just locked away the stuff they didn't want you to see. And what am I going to pick up? The bolt plug. This was, I believe, supposed to be one of the chest plugs. That was my big payoff. And my goodness, without a Gameshark code, it actually shows up in my inventory without me having to examine it specifically. That's pretty cool. Still Japanese though, right? Yeah, okay. It's 15 centimeters in case you were curious. And what is this? Oh, yeah, it's one of the card suit keys, except it's a letter instead of a suit. So there were the P, L, S, and D keys. I didn't show you the D key through Gameshark codes, but you get the idea. And now I think if I try leaving this room, I'm going to crash the game because I'm not allowed to leave a place I've previously entered. But yeah, this is the Resident Evil 2 preview disc that has way more content on it than we may have given it credit for. And with codes, you can also see early versions of rooms versus the final product. There's apparently stuff where a particular stained glass window is broken. What does that mean? That never happened in the final game? Was something going to jump through? I don't know. But in any case, I really have to give a shout out to Versus Books for going way above and beyond the Call of Duty for this. This is a Resident Evil 2 guide. And they're like, hey, do you have the preview disc? Because let's talk about that for a while. Okay. So I think I'm going to crash the game, but I'll see what happens if I try to leave. Really? No, there it is. I've crashed. I've crashed. Oh, well. But yeah, just thought it would be really interesting to take a look at this preview disc with the Game Shark, and boy oh boy, does this thing deliver. Until next time, everyone.